County, and welcome to the Michael Zehr Show. Today is Friday, March 25th. Keeping my fingers crossed, I think I looked at the date correctly. Coming to you live here from the Warrior Healing Center, Desert Eagle. Well, I'm just screwing this one up already, Kyle. What am I going to do?
It's all right, man. You're nervous.
Yeah, it's because you're
Don't
here.
be nervous,
I've been
man. It's
so
all
excited to interview you, and now that you're here, I just don't know how
It's
to
all
behave.
good, man. It's all good.
So
We're coming from you live from the Warrior Healing Center.
Right, Rising
That's
Eagle
right.
Studios.
Rising
I always
Eagle
like
Studio.
to put the name of this studio out because I love the name of that studio, that sound. It's Rising Eagle.
That's
It's
right.
so patriotic and just I love it. So today, Kyle Allen is our special guest veteran, and Kyle does a lot of work here at the Warrior Healing Center. He does a lot of work within Cochise County, a lot of our different community activities that we're going to touch on, and we're going to get to know a little bit about Kyle. Before I ask him any questions, for any of you that are just now joining us, if you would like to ask Kyle or myself any questions, please make sure to put it here in the comments section, and we will be more than happy to answer those questions. And also, one last thing before I forget, be careful today, tomorrow, and Sunday because there's a special event going on right now in our community, and it is a bike ride that was sponsored by Stu Carter and Bellow Vets, which is another organization that works out of the Warrior Healing Center, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk about them a little bit later. So as you're driving around town and you see these signs for special events and stuff like that, that's what's going on. So please drive cautious. Having said all that now, Kyle, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
How are
much for
ya?
joining us, man. Appreciate having you here.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm grateful to be here, and it's been a while. I know you've been wanting to
Yeah.
get me on here for a while, so
Yep.
finally decided to just take an hour off of work and shoot in and see you.
What I love about Kyle is that number one, he's just very laid back, and you can talk to him about anything. Very personable, very likable young man. Again, he does a lot of things in the community, a lot of things here at the Warrior Healing Center. And having said all that, let's get to know a little bit about you. First off, what was it that inspired you to join the military, and what branch did you join?
Well, let's see. I joined the Air Force November 27th of 2006 and
Okay.
got out in November 27th of 2012. I guess the main thing that inspired me to, join was mainly just to get out of here.
Where were you at the time?
I graduated from Bisbee High School.
Oh,
And
so you lived in Cochise
oh
County.
yeah,
That's right. I
I'm a
forgot about
local.
that.
Yep, I was raised all around the surrounding area.
Born and raised.
Born and raised here. I was born here in Sierra Vista. Grew
Okay.
up in Douglas and Bisbee. Graduated from Bisbee, and just really needed a change of scenery and needed to just get away from all the drama and everything going on in my life at that time. And had to wait a year and a half, but I got into the Air Force, thank God. And
Wow.
yeah, so
And what did you do when you joined the Air Force? What was your MOS?
uh, 2T351 vehicle maintenance.
Vehicle maintenance?
Yes, sir.
And what kind of vehicles did you get to work on? Was it like a bunch of different ones or
Well,
specialties?
vehicle maintenance in the Air Force is a lot different from, say, the Marines or Army or Navy's kind of similar with the CVs, but I mean, I worked on anything from a quad to a 150-ton link belt crane.
Oh, wow.
That's the variety of stuff that we're working on. I mean, at AMARG in Tucson, I worked on, you know, there's like 5 or 6 MB2s that were specifically designed for that area alone to tow all those aircraft around the desert. So that was a neat experience to learn how to work on those. And that's the only five in the world, by the way.
Which one is it?
They're MB2s.
Wow.
The MB4s are smaller, but the MB2s are like tow vehicles on steroids, built for the desert.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was fun.
So you went to basic training where at?
And Lackland in San
Lackland Air
Antonio,
Force
Texas.
Base?
Yeah.
Okay. And then was your AIT there also, or
No, it wasn't. It was in Port Hueneme, California. Believe it or not.
where?
Port Hueneme, California.
I've never heard of that.
It's just south of Ventura. It's in Oxnard, California.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long was your school there for?
4 months. A long
Wow.
time. Yeah. So
'Cause
we went to tech school with us. We were on a Navy base, so we had 2 months with the Navy with the Seabees, and then then they graduated. They only
Wow.
have 2 months of schooling, and then we
Lucky.
go to another schoolhouse, which is there on Port Hueneme, with Air Force only. So we go another 2 months. So we get to see the Navy guys graduate, and then we're like, great, we still got 2 more months to go.
And what do you think? What was some of the extra training that you got in those extra 2 months that the Navy personnel didn't get?
I think mainly just specific vehicle types that we work on that the Navy wouldn't see too much of,
Okay.
like de-icers and cranes and more heavy equipment type stuff. Mainly the de-icer is the biggest one though.
Okay.
That de-ices the military aircraft and stuff on the flight line. So that's an important vehicle to have. Planes planes can't fly without it,
Nope.
without being de-iced. So we had a whole section on that. So
When you're de-icing the planes, how does that kind of work? Can you give us a little bit of an idea?
yeah, so I mean, I didn't really operate it and de-ice any aircraft, but
Uh
I'm
huh.
familiar with the systems that it uses. Basically, you go up in a little boom that's like has a crane that kind of hoist up and gets you up in the height above the aircraft,
Okay.
and then there's a certain mixture of chemicals that they use in the cockpit, and a heater that heats up in the cab of the truck. It has a whole other auxiliary engine for this too, by the way.
Oh
So I
wow.
mean, there's a mini jet engine on this thing and like a heater and auxiliary motor and everything. So basically, just heats up these chemicals enough to spray out of a big gun and a nozzle up in the cab. So yeah, you got a trigger like an aircraft and everything, and you're
Right.
spraying the aircraft down. So that's basically the gist of it. Like I said, I never operated it, but I worked on them enough to know a lot about them.
I get so fascinated by this kind of stuff because it's stuff that I don't know. So
Right.
if it seemed like a weird question to ask, that was why.
Oh no, no, absolutely.
And flying always fascinated me, but I wanted to join the Air Force, but ended up going in the Army instead. But I always associate the Air Force with airplanes, right?
Right.
So
Oh no,
when
it's
you
a
said
lot.
you were doing on ground vehicles, so
No, Air Force does it all. We do with the whole. If you want to talk about war, the Air Force prepares you for it. Whether it's logistics, whether it's ops, whether it's security forces, whether it's services, whether it's people in the gym, making sure you're getting physically fit.
right.
Or you're working in the defect, serving food to soldiers. I mean, that's the whole base operates on its own entity, basically.
So after your training, what was your very first duty station? Where did you go?
Oh man, I got lucky. I got orders to Lakenheath, England.
Oh, so you went to
Lakenheath.
England,
I
huh?
was in the UK for 4 years. Yep, at Lakenheath in a fighter squadron base.
And what did you do over there?
I was vehicle maintenance. Yep, and
Okay.
I was also mobile maintenance for a long time, actually, out on the flight line and dealing with all the stuff out there and vehicles that can be, hopefully they can be serviced within the 2 hours that you get to them. Mainly jump starts and stuff, but
Okay.
did mobile maintenance for a while. I also worked in fire truck maintenance, which I wasn't supposed to do because that's a whole different AFSC. But I saved that. I helped save that, bring that program
Wow.
out of the weeds, and getting it up and ready. Um, I also deployed from there to Iraq in 2009 with security forces,
Okay.
FOB Mahmadiyah. That was pretty fun. We only had 5 mechanics with a lot of vehicles, but we managed to. We didn't have
Wow.
any engine replacements or any transmission replacements or nothing. We were able to get all the vehicles back up and running
Wow.
that you guys left us.
Yeah,
The Army
we
left.
did. Army's good at doing that, I
These guys
guess.
right
I
here.
don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun.
And how long were you? You said you were there for 4 years in England, and then you deployed to Iraq, and you were in Iraq for how long?
Uh, a little over 6 months.
A little over 6 months.
Yep.
And which campaign were you there for?
I think it was Operation Iraqi Freedom
Iraqi Freedom.
Yeah.
Okay.
or Enduring. I can't remember.
There's so I know there was like so many
Yeah.
different campaigns that they had
I had my
there.
DD 214. I should have brought my DD 214 with me to help me, but no.
Yeah, that's all right. And so after Iraq, then where did you head to after that?
Right back to Lakenheath. I was there for a little bit longer, and then I PCS to Davis Mountain.
Oh,
In
so you were in
Tucson.
Tucson.
Yeah. I
How long
worked
were you there for?
2 years.
For
And
two
I worked
years?
out in the little shop out in Amarg where the boneyard is, where all the planes are at.
Right.
Hmm.
that place just fascinates me, the boneyard. And when you drive by there and you see all those airplanes, and if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, but those planes could be made ready to fly in what would you say? Maybe.
Depends on where they're at.
Uh huh.
They have certain sections. Everything there has a purpose. So, I mean everything, but the newer aircraft and stuff that can be brought up. I mean, they can be flying in as little as a week's time. They can
Oh
have those
wow.
aircraft prep in a week to 2 weeks.
Yeah, because when you drive by there, and I've been going through Davis and by Davis Mountain for, geez, decades,
Hmm.
and they're always dismantling airplanes. They're always fixing up the airplanes. They're using them for uh, different, a bunch of different things. And
Yeah,
what really fascinated me is they had a lot of different eras of jet fighters and stuff that were there from like Vietnam War and Korean War and
they
stuff
got
like
some stuff
that.
out there
So
that I can't even tell you about.
yeah,
Yeah, they got some stuff
and we
out
don't
there.
want you to.
Yeah, they
So
got some stuff out there that they don't even want people to know about. That area is huge. People see Amarg and they're just like, oh, this is cool, but it goes on way past into the desert. I mean, they got some stuff. They also use it. They use it for scrap. They scrap parts as well to
uh
make
huh.
money. They cannibalize parts for other aircraft that need it around the country, if not downrange or overseas. Everything has a purpose. Everything's categorized. Everything's in order for a reason. It needs to be ready like that. So it's a very complex little area for sure.
And remind me again, how long were you in Davis Mountain for?
For 2 years, and I
For
was
two
out on
years.
AMARC for both of those years. Yep,
And
I
then
stayed
is
out there.
that where you were stationed at when you got when you ETS'd,
Yes.
or was okay? The Air Force, again, that's what I wanted to do when I wanted to enlist back in '77. But it's just such a fascinating branch because they do a lot of things again that I never thought of. I didn't really know that they had any troops on the ground. You know,
Oh yeah.
like in Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff like that, because they don't get any of the, I don't want to say glory, but maybe recognition or notification. And I've talked to service members here that are Marine and Navy, and this is an Army base. I mean,
Hmm.
it's just fascinating to me how all the different branches just mix together. And
Yeah, it was funny. I got an Army Commendation Medal for my tour in Iraq, and I was like,
oh
okay,
yeah,
yeah. I was like, all right, cool, right on. Thanks, I'll take it. It'll help me during testing. Yeah, it
uh,
was fun. Yeah,
what
I got
was
a
one
kick
of
out of it.
your favorite things that you did while you were in the military?
Travel,
You traveled.
yes, a lot.
Now, when you were off duty,
Yep.
you got to like see what were some of the things that you got to see or do when you were in England.
Whew. Um, every chance I got off that island. That's what I did.
Uh huh.
So I mean, but don't get me wrong. I did take a couple of trips up to Scotland with my buddy Phil. I volunteered for outdoor rec, so I got to drive a lot of. I get to go on a lot of free trips and stuff. That was one of my little
Oh
hustles I had.
wow.
So, I'd just drive for the trips. All the
Okay.
officers and everybody that could afford these nice trips were shelling out the big bucks, and I was just driving them around. But I got to go on the trips too. So me and my buddy would drive him around, and we got to see a lot of England and Scotland and even Ireland. Believe it or not.
Where was your favorite place in England?
My favorite spot in England?
Yeah.
Ooh, dang, there's a lot of them. Mm, I'd have to say I had a lot of fun in Norwich, and I had a lot of fun in Newmarket as well.
Okay.
But I'd have to say Liverpool was pretty cool. Liverpool and Manchester, those were pretty cool cities.
See, now if I went to Liverpool because I'm a big Beatles fan,
Oh
that's
yeah,
where I'd want to
I
go.
saw the Yellow Submarine and all
Did
that.
you?
Oh yeah, yeah. They got a little museum underwater and stuff. It's pretty cool that you can go into.
And then Abbey Road, I think, is over there where they took that picture where they're like walking in the crosswalk. If I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken, that's just.
Yeah, London's cool too. I mean, there's so much to do in London. It's not even
Uh,
funny. I mean, it's such an old town, an old city, and just there's so much to do.
did you
So,
get to go to any of the other countries that were over there in
oh yeah,
Europe?
I know I've seen more of Europe than I have the United States.
Wow.
I went to I went to Germany a lot. I went TDY to Germany a lot to Spangdahlem. I went and I got to see a lot of Germany there. I I went to Italy a lot. I went TDY to Camp Darby a couple times. I went to Pisa. I went to Venice. I went
So Italy,
Milan.
huh?
Yeah, I went to Milan.
Wow.
I went to Spain a lot. Rus, Spain. I went to. That was probably my favorite spot ever. Is Spain.
In Spain?
Yeah, I like Spain a lot.
What was the I don't want to say what's the culture like there, but
It's
it's
super
so
chill.
different,
It's super chill.
than what is here.
The people
So
there are so nice uh, and friendly. They're used to it. It's like a tourist place for a lot of. You see a lot of British people over there as well because the
yeah.
weather sucks in England. So everybody's over there in Spain and everybody's on the beach. I mean, you can be on. I was on the beach on Halloween in Spain,
Oh my goodness.
100 foot out on the sandbar. Where else can you do that? Only in the Mediterranean.
And then when you were in Germany, how was the beer? I always like to ask people that have been there that question because I have never had actual a real German beer, but I understand that they don't drink it like Americans do. We drink it like cold, chilled, and they drink it at room temperature. Or
Yeah, I mean, even in England and Scotland, they still
they
drink
do
it
that
a
too.
lot of. Yeah, if you go to a lot of the beer festivals, they don't have coolers. They just got it in a barrel, and they're just serving warm cider or warm lager. It's the same in Germany. They got their spots, but
Yeah.
yeah, most of it's modernized. A lot of the pubs and stuff have cold beer now, but they also have stuff that's warm. For the uh, for the older folks as well.
Eric says the best.
Yeah, they do have some good beer. Oktoberfest was wild. I can
And
tell you that much.
I'm gonna guess that Heineken is not a German beer.
No, that's a Belgian beer.
Oh, okay. See,
Belgian, yeah,
but
Belgian beer.
it's just the Oktoberfest, like what they have over there.
They have
Again,
a lot of Hefeweizens and stuff like that,
huh?
and yeah, it's really good stuff.
Uh, so after you got out at, oh no, I'm sorry. I know I was going to ask you when you were in the Air Force and you
Hmm.
made friends, camaraderie, and you were like in Iraq and stuff like that. Do you keep in touch with any of your uh,
I
other
really
people
I
from the Air
don't
Force?
use Facebook,
No.
so um, I try to stay away from Facebook and stuff right now. But
I wonder
if my
why.
friends were out there, but I know they're out there, and if they somehow see this, I do think about them,
Uh
and maybe one day we'll run into them again. But yeah, I do got a bunch of buddies that I do. Stop! You're making me thirsty, Kathy.
huh.
It is Friday, so
Finally Friday.
yeah, thank God it's Friday. But yeah, I had a lot of good people, and especially in England, overseas overseas destinations, I think, is where you build more of a camaraderie with people.
Uh huh.
Especially, I mean, the first day I landed in London, they took me. We had a party.
Really?
Yeah, they welcomed me. I didn't sleep at all. The sun was still up at like 10:30. I was tripping. I was jet lagged. Uh, and then they're like, "All right, set your bags down. We're going to Sergeant Shonley's house." I was like, "Who the hell's Sergeant Shonley?" He's like, "The boss." I was like, "Okay, cool." And we get there, and everybody's drinking already. So it's good stuff. Good times over there.
What was? No, I think I asked you that question already. So I was getting back to when you had gotten out and you were in Tucson.
Hmm.
So what was the first thing that you did after you got out of the military?
Struggled with drug abuse.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
struggle with addiction,
okay.
PTSD. I in and out of jail for a while. I struggled a lot for about 5 years like that afterwards, self medicating and stuff, and ended up getting arrested and serving 2.5 years in prison for selling heroin. And after that, 2 days after that, I came to the Warrior Healing Center, and I've been coming ever since.
Well, I'd like you to. I'd
You
like
want
to
to backtrack
thank
a little
you.
bit? Oh, yeah.
No, I'd
Did I
like
go
to
too fast?
personally thank you though for sharing that
Oh yeah.
because I believe that we have so many veterans, especially the ones that have seen traumatic things like in combat and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
they come back and then when they get out and then they're not prepped or don't know how to handle going back to civilian, and then they fall into those struggles of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and all of these different things. So I appreciate you sharing that part of your story with us
Hmm.
because I want other veterans that might be watching this to know that they're not alone if they also have that issue.
Oh yeah, you're not alone. I mean, there's tons of veterans that, I wish they'd come out and talk about it, but unfortunately, they're stuck like I was, for a long time, and most of them have been suffering a lot longer than I did, believe
And
it or not.
and you know, Kyle, it is so hard to help somebody that doesn't want to be helped, right?
That's true. Yeah,
I mean, you got to want to be helped.
I deal with a lot of that at Good Neighbor Alliance where I work now too, as
Uh-huh.
well. So,
Did your family pretty supportive when you were going through all of that?
um, yes and no. When my father passed away when I was in prison, so
Oh, I'm
he was
sorry.
like the only thing I had, and he passed away while I was in prison, and so that was pretty tough on me. Um, and then my mom was never really around. She just passed away recently as well, but you know, she was never around. She left me and my two brothers. My dad raised me and my two brothers by himself pretty much.
Okay.
So
And you and your brothers are pretty close, or
yeah, well, my brother Marshall is kind of struggling with the same thing I was struggling with,
okay?
and hopefully we're trying to get him out of it. But my brother John's doing great. He just had his baby, and
Hey,
yeah, and he's working for the county now. He's working with me at Good Neighbor Alliance for a while, but he's working with the county now. He's got a great county job, and he's doing community outreach for the homeless and stuff. So he's doing really great things for the community as well.
I love to hear success stories like that,
Yeah,
and it's so tragic again when our veterans are struggling with these issues and they can't get the help that they need.
exactly.
And
Well,
what
come to the
was
Warrior Healing Center. We're
well,
here to help.
that was going to be my other
Yeah.
question was what going through the VA healthcare system when you had those struggles, was there any kind of support for you there? Did they treat you pretty good? Did you, what was that? What
No,
was that like?
when I was going through that when I was going through that phase, I'm not gonna lie, Mike, the
Uh-huh.
VA healthcare system was the last thing on my mind.
Okay.
I was just worried about getting high and getting more drugs.
Well, I meant transitioning, like when you were wanting to go. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear. My bad.
Oh,
When you're wanting to get clean or sober or wanting to get help, was the first step going through the VA healthcare system at all, or did you
no, I
just
was
go
too
straight here to
stubborn.
the Warrior
No, I
Healing
went straight
Center?
to prison.
Uh huh.
I went straight to prison. No,
Wow.
I was going through it. Yeah, and I was ready though. I learned my lesson. That's for damn sure.
So, how did you find the great people here at the Warrior Healing Center?
My girlfriend, my girlfriend lived right down the street from the healing center, and she told me about this place,
Uh huh.
and I was like, well, she showed me it, and it was right down the street from the house, and I just walked up 2 days after I got released, and been here ever since.
You just walked in the front door,
That's right.
and and now it's like a home away from home, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
And I think a lot of veterans that maybe haven't been not let me take that maybe out. A lot of veterans that have not been here would also get that same welcoming. There's no maybe about it.
There's no maybe about it. This is an open door policy. These services are free. It's not going to cost you anything.
Right.
So you got nothing to lose. I mean, as long as you got that DD 214 and you're a veteran, and we're gonna welcome you with open arms no matter what. And we have a lot of different organizations here on this
Yep.
paper. I can't read them all out, but
And
that can
events.
that and events
Yep.
and everything going on. So if you want to come down and check us out, we're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. I
So
did. Kathy's
yeah,
asking, did you come in
on
on
your
your
birthday.
birthday?
Yeah.
I think it was my birthday because I got released on the 20th and I came in on the 22nd. So it was a birthday, and you know what's funny? They actually went and got a cake for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they got a cake for me, and I remember that and talk about a welcome home.
Right.
That's pretty awesome. So
They do so many good things here. I
yeah,
know, and Kathy and Tim and Beth and Dan, they don't like it when you toot their horn because they don't want it to be about them. They want it to be about the veteran, and I totally understand that, and I totally get it. But everything that they do, I mean, it's from the goodness of their heart. They really
hmm
care.
yeah,
And if you're watching this, and again, I beg you, if you have not been into the Warrior Healing Center, come in and check it out and see what is here for you, because there's just so much that's going on. So much. So, what is it? Some of the things that you do here at the Warrior Healing Center?
Whew.
I know it's a big list.
And I'm just around to help out in any way, shape, or form. Really, I'll if you need something done, I'll try to do it. And if I can't get something done, we got multiple people here that can probably help. Like Eddie. Eddie's great. He does
Yes.
a lot of the maintenance stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Dan's helping with the disability stuff. I'm just kind of like the jack of all trades dude. I help veterans out with their vehicles if they need to. I help out with veteran crisis if there's a veteran in need. Whether it be 12 o'clock at night and I get the call, we're trying to respond there before the police do, and we're
Right.
trying to, you know, Eddie's really good about that too. And so, you know, whatever the need is, I'm try to be there if I can be.
And I don't know if you can see it or not, but he's got some pretty good guns on him, so he does a lot of heavy lifting around here too.
That too, yeah.
So, what
That too.
are some of your other activities and things that you do on your, well, charitable time? We'll say.
Charitable
I
time?
was going to say off time, but there's no such thing as off time. Charitable time, because I know you do the Good Neighbor Alliance.
Yep, I work full time at Good Neighbor Alliance as well with the homeless and in the shower program and in the day program as well. Yep.
How does that program work? Because maybe some of our viewers don't know what the Good Neighbor Alliance is. It's located over there on
On the off
7th
of Seventh
Street,
Street,
right?
yep.
Yeah,
420 North 7th Street.
420 North 7th Street.
Yep. I work in the shower program on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and consists of it's open from 8 to 11, and that consists of people who are homeless and are interested in getting into the housing list and into HMIS, so we can generate their names in the housing system.
Okay.
They can come in, they can take a shower 3 times a week. They can also do some laundry. We also have food and coffee ready for them so they can get something to eat, just kind of take a
Wow.
break before they have. And a lot of these people are living out in the field or they're homeless, so they're out on the streets. So it gives them a little time to come in, get something to eat, take a shower, do some laundry if they need to,
Right.
before they have to go back to the stuff that they're dealing with. So
And they deal with all types of homeless, not just veterans.
we
But
deal with substance abuse, we
right.
deal with alcohol abuse, we deal with domestic violence, we deal with all of that stuff coming in. So we never know what you're going to see walk through the door on a daily basis. But we also have regulars that are, that still come in and hang out and stuff like that. So yeah,
And as Kathy said, that they do provide a good service for folks in need. I know that the Warrior Healing Center is geared towards the military veteran, but it's the fact that we have military veterans in this building,
hmm
thanks to the Warrior Healing Center, that are allowing you to go out and provide these services like to Good Neighbor Alliance,
yeah.
to all these, the Red Cross, or not Red Cross, Salvation Army, I meant, sorry.
hmm
And
Well, and another thing is that I might want to say while I'm on live here. I don't do this often, but if I get a veteran over at Good Neighbor Alliance and they got their DD 214 and stuff like that,
right,
this is the first place I'm sending them, and I have the capability of doing a Warrior Healing Center intake on my phone before they even get over here, so they already know they're coming. So we built somewhat of a good relationship between us and GNA,
oh,
and
that's good.
and we
That's
just
good
hope
to know.
and we just hope to keep that going strong, because if there's a veteran over there that doesn't know about the healing center, he needs to know about it. And likewise, if there's veterans coming over here that need a shower or something, then they can come over to GNA and get a shower, do some laundry, and maybe if they're interested in housing, we can get them into that system, or we can work them here at the healing center.
How how does I know this could take like a 2 hour process here, but if you could kind of give us a short idea of what it's like at Good Neighbor Alliance or here at the Warrior Healing Center trying to get our homeless veterans into a home. What is that process like?
It takes a lot of time, honestly. Honestly, I think we with the healing center, we're able to do things a little bit quicker. Um, and I won't get into the reasons why, but most people who are
Right.
veterans know the reasons why. Either they already have a disability, so they already have some income or something like that. So, and we have other resources here, but on the civilian side, it's a little more tricky because there's so many of them, especially during the wintertime. The cases go up, and during the summertime, they go up. They go up somewhat as well because of the heat. They go in. We get the paperwork done. It can take up to. I mean, there's been some people that have been on the list that I've heard that have been on the list for about 7 or 8 years before they get permanent housing.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And I'm sure the pandemic didn't help that at all either.
No, it didn't. It just made everything a lot worse. But slowly, actually, we just had fingers crossed, and that's legit. We just had like 4 or 5 people get called up for housing over there at Good Neighbor Alliance. So hopefully they get into an apartment soon. And thanks, Kathy, for awesome liaison.
It's just that when I read articles or comments or posts in like Sierra Vista Chit Chat or some of these other groups, and they're talking about how they're looking for a place to live because the landlord jacked their rent up and they're paying. I mean, what they're doing, not only happening in our community, but it's happening nationwide.
Yeah.
People just are really having now to choose between, do I want to eat or do I want to have a roof over my head?
That's true.
And they shouldn't have to be making that decision.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how the landlords can just, jack these rents up. Oh, like you're paying $1,000 a month for a 2-bedroom, right? And then all of a sudden, well, now we're going to charge you $1,800. I mean, and if you don't pay that, then you got to be out by X day, or
Yeah.
and then that's got to make the issue of Good Neighbor Alliance and the Warrior Healing Center and the Salvation Army and all these other places that are dealing with homeless people and trying to get them into their own home.
Right.
It's got to make it even harder now.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad out there. It's getting pretty bad.
So we've established that you do a lot of great things here at the Warrior Healing Center, and we all know that. And Good Neighbor Alliance. So
I'm just here to help, man. You're making it seem like I'm just.
But see, that's the thing, Kyle, is that we need people to step up and to do these things. And if people like yourself and other people that don't step in and pitch in and help, then who will?
That's right.
That's why I can't, physically help out, but I'll get the word out. I'll get up on my Facebook page, or I'll tell Kathy or the DAV or anybody I know that I think can help with resources or anything. I mean, we all have to help.
Even if
do
you
our
can't,
part.
even if you can't help, you can do something simple. But I don't even know if we have something hanging up here, but we should. The 22 to N22.
Yes.
Even if you can't do that, donate the $22 a day to the Warrior Healing Center. That's less than a cup of coffee a day. Help our veterans out. And, if you can't get into the center here to do things physically, you don't have any idea of how much that $22 a month helps the center.
Right.
Because, we're doing everything from housing vets to crisis situations to, we're also trying to make the center better for years to come. So there's constant renovations going on. We got events, we got bagels and brew and stuff, and all these, things that we're trying to do. And I think with all these, we're also helping a lot of people get upgraded in disabilities and stuff. Yep. So, while I'm on the air here, I hate to solicit it, but I'm not trying to solicit it in any way. We're all grown-ups here, right?
Yep.
But I mean, if I can do it, I without a doubt, that's the least I can do for everything the Healing Center's done for me. I can easily donate the $22 a month, in my opinion. So
it's like you're paying
and I enjoy
back.
Well, I mean, I would
or paying it forward.
I mean, I feel like I'm paying it forward more than anything, because I think the center deserves it, and I think the center needs it.
And what that is that's 22 veterans a day that commit suicide.
Yeah,
and
it is.
What the Warrior Healing Center is trying to do to combat that is with the $22 a month that people donate to the Warrior Healing Center is used to help combat
anything and everything for veterans. That's the simplest way I can put it. Anything a veteran needs, we're about it.
Yeah.
And we'll try to do anything in our arm's reach to do it. And if not, we know people who can.
There was a lady that came in 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a civilian, and she had her taxes done for free. And
Yeah.
she said to me, she goes, I see the veterans coming in and out of here, and I saw something, maybe it was the events list or something. I don't remember exactly what it was because my memory isn't as great as it used to be. Thank you, getting old.
Mine isn't
Anyhow,
either.
anyhow, so she said I wanted to make a donation, even though she got her taxes free and she's not a veteran. She still
Hmm.
felt that need to say, what can I do? Here's some money to help. So
Exactly. Yep. All I get. We've had some people from GNA go over and use the tax service here at the center as
yeah,
well. I just did my taxes as well. So
and
yeah.
AARP is doing the taxes here for free up through April 18th, unless they've extended that. I think April 18th was the last. That was the last date that I heard, and it's done free. It's done. They do AARP does this every year, and they don't do it just for veterans. They do it for everybody.
Everybody.
And they
Everybody.
also have a facility set up over at the nursing college over on Wilcox and help me out here, Wilcox and El Camino Real, and because I saw their other sign was over there. But
Cool.
again, it's things that are happening in our community, and if you're not involved, get involved. There are just so many different things that you could do to help out. You just have to find your niche. Find that. That's what took me a while to find because I hadn't heard of the Warrior Healing Center, and I was going around. I was like, okay, I'm not sure what that is. So when I started that Cochise County Veterans group on Facebook, and somehow I got with Kathy and Beth, and then I started doing the bagels and brew or trying to get veterans in here for
Hmm.
that,
Oh yeah.
and I think there's just so much going on here, and that if you're just sitting at home not doing anything, get up and do something. Get involved. There's so much you can do.
Yeah. I think the Bagels and Brew is the third Thursday of the month now, or is it the first?
I think you're right. I think it is the third
We'll get a
Thursday
comment here in the section. I'm sure if Kathy can help out
because
with
we
that.
just had it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
It was a week ago yesterday.
Yeah, and that's a good time, man.
So,
Everybody gets to come around, tell their war stories or whatnot, and
yep.
just
And I've made some really good friendships
Oh,
through
have you?
that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
That's how I met you.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I met you. Yeah, that's right.
So it's just, oh man, there's just so much going on and so many things there to be excited about too. What are some of the other? Now we've talked about the Neighbor Alliance and the Warrior Healing Center, and it's not that you don't have any free time, but on that little bit of free time that you do have, what are some of the things that you like to do?
Um, I
Are you
like
a
I
gamer?
love my sport. Am I what?
Are you a gamer?
No,
No.
I used to play some stuff back in the day. If anything, I play sports games and stuff like that. I
Okay.
still love my sports. I still love going to. Next month, I'm going to catch a D-backs game. Um, I just went to the NASCAR race like a week ago, so
Ah.
so I like we like going out and seeing new things. I like going up to northern Arizona a lot and hiking around Sedona and Jerome and those old mining towns, Prescott. I like just getting out the same way, like I did when I was in the Air Force. I was just like getting out and traveling and checking things out and stuff like that.
Well, first off, I have to say I'm disappointed that Arizona lost last night, but daggone, Houston had such a smothering defense.
Yeah, they did.
That team was just oh, very good. And then you mentioned the Diamondbacks, being that I'm a Cubs fan. I love baseball, and we
Yeah,
go to Chase Field quite a few times when the Cubs are in town, so
yeah.
we can go catch a game there. What other sports do you like?
Football as
Football.
well.
What's your favorite team?
Cardinals. I stick.
Cardinals.
I stay true to all my Arizona teams. I
Yeah.
stick true to them. Yep. Don't. Yeah. I want to catch a game there too. But
You ever
yeah,
been to a hockey game?
no. My girlfriend was saying I need to catch a hockey game soon for sure.
You want to see a great hockey game? Go to the Arizona ASU hockey game at TCC sometime.
Well,
Holy
yeah.
cow!
I bet you that's fun.
Oh yeah, man, it's. I remember taking our grandson when he was like 2 years old, and he'd be banging on the glass and just having a blast. It was a lot of fun. So sports. What else?
Um.
Do you
I
get
like
to travel?
yeah, I like traveling. I like hiking a lot. I like
Hiking.
doing all that stuff. I take my truck out all the time. Um,
Is that like four-wheeling or
yeah, four-wheeling. Yeah.
where do you go?
I like going just right in our local area, man. There's so many trails and stuff to do around here. It's pretty fun. I take it over. You don't even need a 4x4 to get over Montezuma Pass, but I go up in the mountains a lot, Car Canyon a lot, down by the river a lot. There's a lot of roads back there
Okay.
and stuff like that. So.
And we don't want to give away the really good places either, right? Because then you'll get too many people.
Oh no, you can tell. I can tell you where I like to go. But
Oh, this is a great question from Kathy. Where is the coolest place to see in Bisbee?
coolest place to see in Bisbee? Well, obviously, right now, Old Bisbee is a spot to go. I mean, a lot of Bisbee's changed a lot since I grew up there. There used to be a lot more people and stuff there, but Old Bisbee's still the spot to be. As far as a specific place, um, if you're a tourist, I'd say checking out. Obviously, you want to do the mine tour and stuff and see
Oh,
what
yeah.
Bisbee's all about, and go and check out the history of it, and go to the little museum there.
And
Check it out.
temperature-wise, isn't that on the mine tour? Isn't that inside there? Isn't that temperature like year-round?
Yeah, well, actually, Bisbee said they have the best climate on the planet year round.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, it's doesn't get too hot during the summer. Gets a little chilly during the winter. A little bit of snow every once in a while, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, Bisbee's a great place.
What is Bisbee's mascot for the high school?
Pumas.
The Pumas, that's
Yep.
right. Did they have a pretty good year this year in basketball? I know Buena did.
You know what? I haven't really followed them much, but
No?
I've heard their athletics are pretty good.
Oh.
I heard their baseball team's pretty good. They got some good athletes over there from what I hear. So hopefully they keep it up.
Yeah. So what kind of advice or introduce tourists to the Bisbee 1000? Oh yeah, we got to tell us about that real quick, Kyle.
Well, they changed the race. Well, they did the Bee Hill race
Uh-huh.
back in the day. I don't know if they do that a lot anymore because too many injuries and people are getting too messed up by running down the Bee Hill. But Bisbee 1000 is basically a course laid out throughout Old Bisbee, and it consists of 1,000 stairs that you have to climb in total. And they also have another race where you carry an ice block up through that as well. They got an ice challenge.
Really?
Yeah, they do
Oh,
that
wow.
as well. Where you carry an ice block through that, and that's for the more, guys that are in way better shape than I'll ever be in. But yeah, the Bisbee 1000 is a tough race.
So, do you have anything that you would like to share with any of our veterans that are watching? Any kind of inspirational words or any last parting thoughts or wisdom that you'd like to share with them?
Uh, I promise I'd be nice, but I don't follow Facebook a lot. But I have seen some negative comments about this place.
Uh-huh.
Knock it off. Don't talk about it until you come in and see what we're really about. You know what I mean? We're helping people here every day, and any veteran that's watching, come in and see what this place is all about, because it's worth it. We're trying to do great things here.
I second that because a lot of times people are so cynical and are quick to point the finger, but don't do anything to help or get involved.
Exactly. Or know nothing about the place at all.
Right. Well, Kyle, I want to thank you for joining me this morning. I got a couple quick things here I got to go over real quick.
Not a problem, man.
If you can hang out with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yesterday, EZ, Eric Ziva, him and Izzy, they had a contest yesterday for this pillowcase, American flag pillowcase. And the winner is, and I should have done this at the top of the show, and I don't know why I didn't.
No,
I'm still learning.
We can close out with it. That's good. That's a good closeout.
But it's the winner for the pillowcase is Dana Michelle. So Dana, if you're watching, yes, let's give her a round of applause for Dana. Where is that? Right there.
Great job. Yeah, we'll give her a little round.
So Dana Michelle is again the winner for the American flag pillowcase. And if you want to come by the Warrior Healing Center, I'll have it up at the front desk for you today. You can come in until, I'll be up at the front desk till 4 o'clock, but there'll be somebody here till a little bit later than that. Or just come in Monday through Friday, and we'll make sure that it gets to you. So on to our list of events. I had mentioned at the top to be careful that we have the tour day. Let's see if it's on the list here. Maybe it's not. What's up with Benson Healthcare and Tour de Zona started today? Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate you pointing that out. Tour de Zona is in Arizona. It's here in Sierra Vista. That's the group I was telling you about that Bello Vets is doing, and I believe it started at 9 o'clock this morning, if I remember correctly. And I don't know what route they're running today, but there's signs all over the town. So again, as you're driving, we ask that you please be courteous and be cautious.
Yeah, there'll be more police personnel and people with vest on and stuff along those routes. So don't hit any bikers.
So some of the events that we do have coming up today it is Friday, which means that it is our Hot Soup Friday. And it's also, sadly, the last Hot Soup Friday. What did I do with it? I know Kathy sent it to me. Here we go. So today's soup is going to be ratatouille.
Ratatouille chicken noodle.
Chicken noodle, and then nachi. I can never pronounce that word, nachi. One from the Olive Garden. And again, today is the last day for the soup, and it's served from 11 to 4 o'clock today. We have the meeting today. That already started, so I guess that one I can check off the list. Excuse me. We have the Gratitude Drum Circle. Will be meeting today, starting at 1500 and going to 1700 hours. And which one's that?
We also have a Arizona at Work job fair that's going on.
Oh.
And it's, what time is it from?
It starts at 10 o'clock and goes to 1400 hours.
So all those people, if you're looking for work, Arizona at Work, we got Jerry and Kevin representing us here at the Warrior Healing Center, and they're just killing it, man. We love having them here, and they're doing great things. So if you know anybody looking for a job, even if you're a veteran and know somebody looking for a job, send them over, because it's happening right now.
And I saw a couple weeks ago a different person they were talking to. He said that there was over 800 jobs that were available in Cochise County.
Wow.
That's a lot of work. And the Arizona at Work Spring Hiring Fair is taking place at Cochise College downtown campus. And that is
right by where you were.
El Camino Real and Wilcox. It's in the old hospital there. It's the nursing facility.
Right where I was born.
You were born in that hospital, huh?
Unfortunately.
We have Saturday, starting at 8 o'clock and going to 10 o'clock. We have the American Legion breakfast. That will be taking place at American Legion Post 52, and the cost for that is only $6. Saturday, starting at 9:30, going to 10:30, we have the Warrior Experience, and that will be taking place here at the Warrior Healing Center Rec Room. This is, I love to do this. It's fun. I got to put this out. Tomorrow, starting at 1800 hours and going to who knows when, karaoke at the American Legion Post 52. I can't carry a note to save my life, but I love karaoke. It's fun.
You gonna get down?
Oh, not me.
What are you gonna sing?
I can't sing a tune. No? I can't carry a tune.
You're just there for support.
I like to go watch other people have fun.
You're just there to vibe out.
Yeah, there you go. And then on Sunday, starting at 1600, they have the meat raffle taking place at the American Legion Post 52. And every Monday from 9 to 10 o'clock, they have the Marine Corps League breakfast, and that's at the Landmark Cafe, where Marines will meet for coffee and sit around and tell old war stories. And if you want more information on the Marine Corps League, call 520-456-5720. Then on Monday, 17:30 to 18:30, we have the Five Treasures of Qigong taking place right here at the Warrior Healing Center. Tuesday, March 29th is a special day. That is Vietnam Veterans Memorial Remembrance Day. And there will be a ceremony starting at 10 o'clock at the Veterans Memorial Park flagpole. Again, that's the Vietnam Veterans Remembrance Ceremony, Tuesday, March 29th. And let's go out and welcome home our Vietnam veterans and show them that we haven't forgotten them. On Thursday, March 31st, starting at 1700 and going to 1830, we have the Flutes for Vets, and that will be taking place here at the Warrior Healing Center. Also Thursday, March 31st, starting at 1800 hours, going to 1900 hours, it's the ALR board meeting, and that will be taking place at the American Legion, Post 52. And then Friday, April 1st, is April Fool's Day. So be careful.
Be ready.
Be ready. So Kyle, I can't thank you again for joining us this morning here.
Thanks for having me.
And I've been trying to get you down here for a while, and I think that I got overexcited.
Over a year now.
Yeah.
You've been trying to get me.
Yeah. So, because I like to get the people that are working in the building here at the Warrior Healing Center to tell their stories so that other veterans that are watching say, oh, well, if he can do that, if she can do that, I can do that. And that's why I appreciate you coming in.
If I can do it, anybody else can. Because let me tell you, if you want to talk to me in person about it, I'll gladly go into more detail. But we don't have enough time. We need about a week's worth of podcast to do that. So thanks again for having me, Mike. I appreciate it.
And really quick too, that's another thing that we forgot to touch on. Darn it, was your podcast that you, Tim, and Dan and Stone do. I don't know if you guys have done one lately, but
we haven't. We've been super busy, but we're actually Teresa and I'm gonna catch so much heat for forgetting her name.
Her daughter's
name. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll hear about it when I see you guys next. But they've actually taken the time to donate their time to repaint the studio.
Right.
So we're super grateful for that. It looks great. I poked my head in there the other day, and it looks awesome in there. So they've been killing it. So hopefully we'll be up soon. It's called the Veteran Musings Podcast, and we just talk about just about anything and everything, and no holds barred. So.
And the other thing that Kyle did was the crypto thing that you and Tim were sitting in here talking about, and that was pretty fascinating, especially if you're somebody like myself that doesn't know anything about crypto. It's a nice learning tool to have.
For sure, yeah. We've been trying to get some people, I don't know, want to say educated, but we're not trying to spread financial advice or nothing, but we were just doing that for a little bit, kind of experimenting with it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that
and
goes.
I think that it was fairly successful. I think you got a few people that were liking it, and I just like it, the fact that the more I don't want to say interaction, but the more the studio is used here, the more the podcast, the more that stuff is, then the more information gets out to our veterans here in Cochise County.
Absolutely. And if you are a veteran that would like to do something live like we're doing, feel free to get signed up in the studio. You can come in here and talk about, politics if you want, keep it within reason, but the studio is here for people to use as well. It's not locked down for, just certain people. So if we got the church groups that come in and do their stuff on the site as well, and we got other people coming in and talking about other things as well.
Oh, yeah, Mule Mountain Cowboy Church.
Yeah, the Cowboy Church does good things.
Steve and Brad.
Yep, Steve and Brad. They come in here and do their live streams and spread the word, and we're grateful for that as well.
So the studio is available to you.
Yeah,
if you want to use it.
You guys need to use it. It's here. Like I said, everything here is for veterans. So
I'm a gamer myself. I have an Xbox and a PlayStation.
We got gaming stuff in the computer room. If you want to come and play some video games, we'll get you set up doing that. If you need to print out documents or use the internet and you don't feel like going to the library, just come on over here. We got fast internet.
Again, there's just so
Yeah,
much
I mean,
that's available. If you want it, all you got to do is look for it or come here and ask, and
that's
we'll
it.
get you hooked up.
That's right.
All right, Kyle. Again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
I know you're a busy guy, so we got to let you get going.
Yeah, I got to get back to work.
All right, everybody. Have a good day. Stay safe out there. Have a good weekend. Don't forget to watch out for those bicycles out on the road.
Absolutely.
Bye.